told my daughter, I said, you had a pink backpack last year. It was a JanSport, it was pink. She said, nope, I want a pink backpack. Victoria's Secret. They were $80, $90. So we went over to Victoria's Secret just recently, a couple weeks ago. They had them on sale, they were getting rid of them. I was a little skeptical because when you're getting rid of something, not because nobody wants it. But I put my hand in the bottom, felt around, I said, you know, this is going to rip out at the bottom. This will not make it through an entire school year. Very important as I get older, and I have to rebuy a backpack twice. So I asked my daughters, I said, how many book bags are you going to be carrying? They're 11 and 14. They looked at me like I was from another planet. They said, Dad, we don't carry textbooks anymore, it's all online. So for their binders, their mechanical pencils, I guess the pink backpacks are perfect for them. So that's about that time. Minimum wage was about $4.25 an hour. My first job, aside from a paper route, was at Tom McCann's Shoes at the Dayton Mall. We earned commission on our sales, and I was able to make a little bit more than minimum wage, but not much. I felt I was really fortunate at the time to do that, but $4.25 an hour, wow. I thought things have changed even from back in '69. I mean, that seemed like a great step in the right direction. Now you can't live on $4.25 an hour. Average income was $37,000 a year. Interest rates were 8.5%. The Dow Jones ended at 3,834. How amazing is that? Gas was $1.11 per gallon in 1994. That would be $1.91 in 2019 dollars. I work in finance at the days we got to convert everything to dollars in right here, so that would be important to point out. Average cost of a new car was $12,350. I really don't think you can get much of a car now for $12,000. Forrest Gump, Pulp Fiction, The Shawshank Redemption, Speed, and The Mask were the big movies that year. Roseanne was having success the first time around at ABC. Her sitcom ended very much differently the second time around. I think she also did her own rendition of the Star Spangled Banner around that time. What a story that was. The song for our prom was When the Lights Go Down the City by Journey. Top artists in 1994 were Ace of Base, Boyz II Men, Mariah Carey, Richard Marx, Tony Braxton, Celine Dion, name a few. Probably lost most of you when I said Ace of Base. I saw people looking around like they'd never even heard of that. Drugs are a big part of the struggle with just about every graduating class. Heroin has become an epidemic that's claimed the lives of so many people in our area. Heroin was a relatively new problem back when I was a kid. Nancy Reagan had the Say No on Drugs campaign, SNOD. It was a big push back in the 80s. I was fortunate enough to have Officer Rick Melton give us a tour of the police station when I was a kid. He showed us the board with very many different drugs and different kinds of things that were a problem at the time. There were a lot of them on there. Even to this day, I don't even remember what most of those were. But, you know, he talked about the many drugs and the life-changing consequences that they can have in your life. He said, it only takes one time to change your life forever. I could say his words had a lasting effect because I've never tried drugs to this day. I tell my kids the same thing, that things can change just in an instant. It only takes one time to make a bad decision. So I thank Officer Melton. So my freshman year, I was in the marching band. We had practice out after school at the high school every day. We were down at the freshman building down there when we used to be there. The upperclassmen in our section, they were responsible to pick us up at the freshman building down there, take us to the high school. I got to know several of them pretty well from taking those car rides. They were all seniors. I was just a freshman. My car ride to high school was Kevin Markwell. He was really funny and had a great personality. And that brings us to one of the sad moments of high school. He was killed in a car crash that year, a few days before homecoming. He didn't have a seatbelt on. To this day, I always wear my seatbelt. My car does not move. My family doesn't leave unless they put their seatbelt on. A lot of times that's not my seatbelt guy, I think of Kevin. But those are sad memories. There's a lot of other people we lost from our class. I just can't go into all of them. But Kevin was a couple years older than us, but it just hit really hard because he was in the band and we all knew him really well. I remember Earth Day in 1989, we planted trees next to the parking lot at the Memorial Building, by the empty Belvo building lot there. Jason Ross, the class president, and I, we would go out and water the trees every day to make sure they could survive the drought-like conditions that we had back then. Those trees were there for nearly 30 years until they recently just tore them down and built the new library over there. I did my Boy Scout project the following year. It was called the Library Park Beautification Project. The principal allowed the kids from my grade and the Optimist Club to participate during school hours, which I highly doubt that would happen today. We cleaned up the park, we mulched all the trees and flower beds, and there also did not used to be trees in the median on Byers Road. I thought it would be a good idea to put trees there. And after working with the city and going to the council meetings and working with them, they planted trees. I helped get those trees planted. They're still there today along Byers Road in the median there. For sports, Tim Lewis was my 7th grade science teacher, and he was a football coach when I was in high school. I didn't play football, but he was the coach. Sean Ravel was exciting to watch on the field, so he was a star at the time. The team won a couple Mid-Miami League championships during my high school years, which is really exciting. And who could forget the perfect grass that Leeward Carball grew at Harbin Field when I was a kid? It was unbelievable. I was a long-time swimmer for the Miamisburg school swim team. Swimming had become a varsity sport when I was in high school. Coach Jack Jim Brown worked very hard to get enough interest in the team, and he would meet us for countless hours of practice in Marine Auditorium. And that was one of the years that it became a varsity sport. I was captain of the team. We had around 15 kids on the team, and it was a great experience at high school. I also remember Doug Stebbins and Rex Sardecki being assistant coaches for the high school basketball team. They were both good role models, and I hope I'm as good a role model as they are as I coach the basketball teams for my kids and their programs now. In 94 and 95 were only 2 of the years out of 8 that Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls won a championship. They won from 91 to 93 and 96 to 98. And so kids my age, we like to watch basketball, and Michael Jordan was a big thing back then. So hopefully you can understand a little bit better what it was like to attend Miamisburg High School in 1994, 25 years ago. Again, I thank my classmates for coming tonight. My name is Nathaniel Belvo. I'm from class of 94, and I want to thank the Alumni Association again for having me.